In the world of crypto, the story behind a project can be just as important as the code itself. So today, we're going to break down the key narratives, these big, powerful stories that one top analyst believes are going to drive the market all the way through 2026. These are definitely the stories you'll want to be watching.
At the end of the day, it all comes down to one big question, right? Where is the smart money actually going? So that's what we're going to explore, these forward-thinking investment ideas that are really just starting to take shape. All right, let's get right into it. But first, a quick and very important disclaimer. What you're about to hear is purely for informational purposes. We're just analyzing an expert's public opinion. This is absolutely not financial advice. We're just here to explore the ideas together. So here's our roadmap for today. We'll start by defining what a crypto narrative even is. Then we'll dive into 4 huge themes: the big bet on the Coinbase ecosystem, the new frontier where privacy and AI are starting to merge, strategies based on real, provable revenue, and of course, the hunt for the next big token launches and airdrops.
First up, what exactly is a crypto narrative? If you've ever wanted to understand why some projects just seem to explode out of nowhere while others just kind of stagnate, well, you really have to understand this concept. To put it simply, a narrative is a powerful story that grabs everyone's attention and basically tells them where to put their money. It's the why behind a big market trend. And in crypto, let's be honest, that story can sometimes be even more powerful than the technology itself. So let's see this whole idea in action with our first major narrative. This one revolves entirely around the ecosystem built by an absolute giant in the space, Coinbase. The centerpiece here is Base, which is Coinbase's Layer 2 blockchain. The easiest way to think about it is like an express lane built on top of a busy highway like Ethereum, just to make everything faster and way, way cheaper. It's already handled millions of users, which is impressive, but the real catalyst, the thing that has everyone talking, is this persistent rumor that Base is going to launch its own token. And if you want to understand the potential scale we're talking about here, you don't have to look far. Just look at Wall Street. JP Morgan, yes, that JP Morgan, put out a report valuing a potential Base token as high as $34 billion. When a number that big gets thrown around, you can bet institutional money sits up and pays very close attention. Of course, it's not a guaranteed win. The upside really depends on things going right, like getting favorable regulation and Coinbase just nailing the execution. On the flip side, the risks are real too. A poorly handled token launch, delays that kill all the hype, or just a bad downturn in the wider market could sink it. According to the source analysis, timing is absolutely everything here. Next up, we're exploring a frontier where 2 massive trends are starting to collide: privacy and AI. The key ideas here are pretty simple: making transactions anonymous and making digital agents autonomous. You see, the privacy narrative itself is evolving. The massive demand for it was proven years ago by Zcash, kind of the original privacy coin. But now, we're seeing this whole new generation emerge. A great example is Railgun. It's a modern privacy system for Ethereum that's even gotten a nod of approval from its co-founder, Vitalik Buterin, which is a pretty big deal. The other half of this, of course, is AI. And to get it, it helps to think of AI in 3 stages. Stage 1, we've pretty much mastered. That's your Siri and Alexa, AI that's good at one specific task. Right now, we are firmly in Stage 2, the era of ChatGPT, or artificial general intelligence. But the next leap is towards superintelligence, and that's what really sets the stage for these autonomous AI agents. So what happens when all those future AI agents need to transact with each other? Well, they'll need to pay for data and services, and do it privately and efficiently. This is where it gets huge. The top venture capital firm A16Z projects that these agentic payments could reach $30 trillion by 2030. All those transactions are going to need payment rails, and crypto is looking like the perfect candidate. Okay, let's move away from future speculation for a minute and talk about narratives that are backed by something you can verify today: cold, hard, on-chain data. This one is all about the economic engines of crypto. The key concept here is called the buyback meta, and it's a simple but incredibly powerful signal. Basically, a project takes its real, hard-earned revenue, uses it to buy its own token from the open market, and then permanently removes that token from circulation. It is direct, verifiable proof of a profitable business model. And look, this is not just a theory. These are real economic engines running right now. Take a look at Hyperliquid, an on-chain exchange. It pulled in over $100 million in revenue in just 3 months. Or look at Pump.Fun, a token launchpad. that's already bought back over $160 million of its own tokens. That is verifiable financial strength you can see right on the blockchain.
All right, our final narrative taps into one of crypto's most potent forces, and that is the insane hype and energy around a brand new launch. A key example used in the source material is a new network called Abstract. What makes it stand out is its laser focus on building for everyday consumers. But maybe more importantly, it's about the leadership. It's being developed by the exact same team that turned the Pudgy Penguins NFT collection into a massive global brand.
So the speculation here is all centered on a potential airdrop. That's a reward of free tokens for early users. And based on this team's amazing track record, the analyst scenarios are pretty eye-opening. Just look at the gold tier on this table. Even the most conservative, bare-bones case suggests a six-figure reward. That kind of potential is a seriously powerful incentive for people to get involved early.
So as we wrap all this up, the main takeaway is pretty simple. Whether it's a brand new token, an AI agent, or a buyback mechanism, the underlying strategy is always the same. It's about identifying a powerful story and then figuring out the best way to gain exposure to it. And that brings us to our final thought. As we look at all these potential futures, what do you think will ultimately be more powerful in driving the next crypto cycle? Will it be the cold, hard numbers of on-chain data, or the simple, compelling power of a great story?